Hello, Pokemon fans. It's your boy, SMK. You can always just call me Steven. Today I have the Pokehatcher device. It is a plug-and-play device you can plug into your Nintendo Switch dock with the USB ports, or you can use a Switch Lite. It does require a female USB to male USB-C converter, but this device will basically play your Pokemon game for you. Yes, you heard that right. This is basically a device that lets you sit back, relax, go about your busy day no matter what you're doing, and you get to plug this thing in and it will do whatever it can do. It's got multiple different scripts of things it can do. I will talk about that in this video. But it goes from just, collecting and hatching Pokemon eggs, which of course will either give you competitively bred Pokemon as long as you set it up right, or get you shiny Pokemon. We get to talk about how it does watt farming for you, goes to the digging bros, fossil hunting, egg collecting, and a few other things, but I wasn't really successful in making them work, but I'm going to talk about it. But at the end of the day, I think this is some really cool tech, and this is a sponsored video, courtesy of Astra Mods. They approached me, and I was like, well, you have something really interesting. I'm going to put the work in and see if your device is actually as cool as you're telling me it is. And regardless if you think this is cheating or not, or immoral or whatever, at the end of the day, I still think this is some really cool tech that I get to talk about for a video. And they're supporting me and I'm supporting them, and this is a very small business, so I feel like, especially how 2020 has been, I really appreciate and am excited about this whole process, because I got to help out a small business and they helped me out, and I'm telling you guys everything I got to find out. So basically, in the process of about 63.5 hours, I was able to get 4 different shiny Pokemon without doing a damn thing. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. So let's talk about my shiny Pokemon findings and all the other features for the Pokehatcher. But welcome to the video. If you guys want to see more content for myself, Pokemon stuff, you just drop a like down below. You subscribe to the channel. And if you don't know, I do have a Let's Play channel for more content for myself. But without further ado, let me just tell you about every little thing that the Pokehatcher can provide you for a much simpler and AFK experience when it comes to playing Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield. Alright everyone, let me tell you my findings of how successful I was able to be with getting a shiny Pokemon during this whole process of, spending 63.5 hours to get 4 different shiny Pokemon. So I wanted to test if I purchased a Pokehatcher, I got it in the mail, and I plug it, right into my Switch with all the pre-prep stuff done, because you do have to change like your Sword and Shield options a little bit. You do need to have a Pokemon with Flame Body, Steam Engine, or Magma Armor, because the script works with having the Pokemon eggs being halved because of those Pokemon abilities. So make sure you have a Pokemon with Flame Body at the front of your party, have a bunch of random Pokemon to fill up your party, do not have any Pokemon eggs at all in your party, and then put the Pokemon in the daycare that you want to breed, and then make sure that the daycare lady is like crossing her arms, and then you can kind of start the process, because then you go to your map, you put the arrow icon on the wild area daycare, and just leave it there. Don't press anything. You plug in your Pokehatcher, and then the script will just start, and everything just kind of goes from there. So again, within 63.5 hours, I got 4 shinies doing this whole process, and all the footage you guys are seeing is me just recording my Nintendo Switch being used with the Pokehatcher. I had 0 problems with my Pokemon save file being corrupted. My Nintendo Switch did not turn off or have any problems there. I even asked them about it. I was like, have you guys had any complaints or concerns or any problems of the Pokehatcher damaging anything? And they have never had any bad reports. And for me testing this thing for like over 70 hours with everything that's included in the Pokehatcher, with the other scripts and stuff, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I had 0 problems. I was able to get 4 shiny Pokemon. I have tons of Pokemon now in my Pokemon games. I had to transfer some to Pokemon Home because I just ran out of space, because I was just, leaving my Switch in the Pokehatcher doing its thing like overnight. There's many hours of testing, and but at the end of the day, I was successful in obtaining the shiny Pokemon I wanted. I got 4 different shinies, 4 different egg groups in a sense, and I think it's great. So at the end of the day, I think the best thing about this is the fact of it can do AFK breeding for you, whether you're breeding for a competitive Pokemon or you really want shiny Pokemon. And in my case, I just wanted shiny Pokemon. I wanted to see how useful this thing could be for shiny hunting. And obviously, my results could be different if I didn't use the Masuda method, which is a shiny hunting method, or if I didn't have a shiny charm, but I did do the Masuda method and I was using a shiny charm. But at the end of the day, out of the box, the universal hatcher to collect an egg and then hatch that egg takes about 3.5 minutes. So take that with a grain of salt. So it doesn't matter what Pokemon you are breeding with, the script is going to continuously keep running as if, it's, hatching a Magikarp or a Dragon Pokemon. It doesn't matter. It's going to do its full cycle and then go and do another one. So from the default settings, basically, it's going to make sure that it collects a Pokemon egg and hatches that Pokemon egg no matter what, unless you change the script, because there's different scripts for hatching different Pokemon a little faster. And in my experiments, I used 2 Magikarps. I did 2 different experiments with Magikarp, so I used like the default settings to hatch Magikarps, and then I used the more effective hatching script. And in a 30-minute period, I was only able to get 4 more Magikarp in a 30-minute period by using the more effective hatching script. So the only problem really is that maybe not every single Pokemon is going to be workable with the more hatching script, like the better version of it. So I just feel that the default setting is the one you pretty much are just going to use for everything, because I feel like not everyone's going to want to plug this, Pokehatcher into the computer and change the script just for a possible chance to get 4 extra Pokemon within a 30-minute period. But again, that's up to you guys if you want to do that process. It's not hard, but everything you guys need to know about how to use the Pokehatcher is listed all on this sheet of paper that they provide you. They tell you where to go to download the scripts, and there's how-to pictures and videos of changing the scripts for the Pokehatcher. It may be intimidating at first, but I was able to figure out, and I feel that they do a really good job of basically telling you everything you need to know to use their product. So I feel like that was really good on their end. But when it comes to just the breeding aspect and doing everything AFK and letting the Pokehatcher just do its thing, I think it's 100% a great product in the sense of the whole breeding concept. And I think it's just awesome. If you have a busy schedule, this works with that. You know what I mean? If you just really want to have a shiny Pokemon just to have it, or you're trying to use a competitively bred shiny Pokemon for online stuff, and you just don't have the time to, really put that time to get the shiny Pokemon, and you just really want to play ranked battles, the Pokehatcher, in a sense, will just play your game while you still have your busy schedule if you want to use it. You know what I mean? So now that we've talked about the breeding, parts of the Pokehatcher, let me tell you guys about a few other scripts you can use to, enhance and make, Sword and Shield a bit of a simpler and more user-friendly experience for yourself when you're not playing. So I think it just enhances your gameplay when you just don't want to spend the time doing certain things in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So let us talk about the other possible scripts you can interchange out on the Pokehatcher and how beneficial they are when it comes to actually using the Pokehatcher. All right, so what I want to do here is just tell you guys how useful the other scripts were, and then we're going to end the video about just my initial thoughts and opinions and just my overall review of the Pokehatcher. But I want to tell you guys everything about it, and then I will give you guys my final verdict on everything like that. So with the instructions that are given to me on the sheet of paper, they tell you to go to this link to download the other scripts, and there's instructions of how to use those scripts and everything like that. So the one I really liked using was the watt farming. So when I started watt farming, I had 96,779 watts, and in 1 hour and 20 minutes I was able to get 256,779 watts. So after watt farming, I was like, well, time to go right to the digging bros, because why not, get tons of items and stuff. So I used every single watt I had. So I went to the digging bros with 256,779 watts to see how many items I would get. It took me about 3 hours to do that while using the Pokehatcher. I didn't do any inputs. I let this thing work for 3 hours. And here's, you guys are seeing the results of like kind of the before and after. And the big thing is I got fossils and useful things I can sell. I already had like tons of evolutionary stones from the get-go, but now that I, used all these watts at the Digging Bros, I have even more of them now that I'm probably never going to use. So again, that can be great stuff you can sell to make some easy money. But all in all, basically, if you look at the two things, like the watt farming and the Digging Bros, that was like a 4-hour process. And in a sense, it's like if you did that kind of back to back, they're two different scripts, by the way. But at the end of the day, that 4-hour process gave me a super easy way to make a lot of money in Pokemon Sword and Shield without me having to do anything really. So besides like, the pre-setup stuff. But for the Digging Bros script, it also works with fossil hunting, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1. So I really like that too, because like how it functionality works, it basically is the same. It's basically like the script is just nonstop pressing the A button. And if you guys have seen my Pokemon Sword and Shield like shiny hunting tutorial, I talked about a turbo controller, also, which was not a sponsored thing. It was just a useful controller that I used that would just macro, and it would just nonstop press the A button. So that's why this script for the Digging Bros and the fossil hunting is like a 2-for-1. So since I got fossils from going to the Digging Bros, I was able to restore 93 fossils, and that took about 38 minutes to do. So if you get a ton of watts, from watt farming, then you go to the Digging Bros, you could have like a ton of fossils to restore, and all this stuff you're not even having to do anything. It's all AFK. So if you're trying to fossil hunt for a shiny, or you just want to make a lot of easy money, like these are really good scripts to use when you don't have the time to play the game. So I feel like that's why this is super useful for money making and just getting shinies, which would mainly just be the fossils. But at the end of the day, it's still pretty cool. And then the big thing to end on a positive note was the egg collecting and egg hatching. So for me, if I'm going to use this device, I'm going to use it mainly to collect an egg and hatch it. But they do have options for just collecting Pokemon eggs from the daycare. And then they have one where you can just hatch Pokemon eggs for you. But for me, I personally would only want to collect eggs, so it makes that whole process just so much simpler and easier. So if I don't have the time to collect and then hatch eggs, when I'm just normally playing Pokemon Sword and Shield, well, I'm going to let the Pokehatcher collect eggs for me and just make my life simpler, because it just spends, less of my free time doing something that just, I can now do without having to waste more of my free time. So that's why I'm only showing you guys footage of the egg collecting, because for me, this is something that's super useful for what I would do with my day-to-day like shiny hunting and stuff, because this Pokehatcher thing isn't going to like replace how I shiny hunt, but I will use this thing to like benefit me in the long run. If I want to just, have this thing collect eggs for a few hours, and then I just have tons of eggs ready to go, well then yeah, that sounds like a cool thing to do. And even if like, say you have like a 6-hour workday, or you have to go to school and you just want, the Pokehatcher to collect eggs for you, that's pretty legit. So that's why I feel like the egg collecting thing is honestly one of the best things about, the Pokehatcher. That's kind of hidden, I would say. Like it's not really like shown to you right away, but is one of the coolest scripts I think that can be useful if you want to actually enjoy the process of just hatching Pokemon eggs nonstop. Think of it like this: if you don't like the fact that like the Pokehatcher collects and then hatches an egg for you, the egg collecting script will collect all the eggs that you wanted to collect until you unplug the Pokehatcher from your Switch, and then it's like, when you do that, you have a bunch of eggs to hatch. So it gives you something to do when you do have your free time to play Pokemon Sword and Shield. So that's why I'm really emphasizing on the egg collecting one, because I feel that it's like kind of like a 50-50 thing, where like it does half the work for you, and then the other half is you actually playing your Pokemon game. That's why I'm not focusing on like, or showing footage of like the hatching aspect of the script that you could use, because it is available. It's just, for me, I feel for some people, they may change to the egg collecting script and be like, it does the tedious task of collecting eggs for me, but I still get to hatch all the Pokemon eggs, and I get to see the shiny that I want. So that's why I feel like the egg collecting one is, I feel like, you know, a really cool script to have, because it meets you halfway with using the device to benefit the time you don't have, and then the time you do have, you get to actually enjoy, you know, hatching the Pokemon eggs that you obtained with the Pokehatcher. So the last two things when it comes to like the scripts that I really wanted to try out for this video, and then I was like asked to talk about, was the, you know, releasing Pokemon and the Roto Lotto. Like, so it's basically Master Ball farming and then releasing Pokemon. And both of these scripts I could not get to work on my own. And I felt like it was really important to showcase this in the video, because if I'm a consumer and I buy a product and I'm able to, you know, change the scripts for this device, and I'm trying to, you know, use this device to enhance my Pokemon, you know, gameplay, and like, you know, it just make it, you know, more AFK, or just, you know, get these useful things done, you know, whether it's Master Ball farming or releasing Pokemon. I was like, I'm trying to do it for myself, because as the consumer, I feel that I should be able to, you know, figure everything out, and especially since I'm the one like promoting this product. Like, if I have any problems, I should be telling you guys about it, and I did. So like, I could not get this releasing Pokemon script to work at all. It just wouldn't do it at all. Like, it just did other things. And for the Roto like Lotto, like it just kept going back and forth between two different dates, and it just didn't want to do anything. There was an option to like do the whole, like, you know, join like an online ranked game and then like leave it, but I'm like, to me, I'm not about that life. I don't want to use a product that hurts the competitive community in any way, shape, or form. So that's why I did not test that at all. So at the end of the day, I would say the Pokehatcher is a very useful product if you are into breeding Pokemon in general, because I feel that the default product you are purchasing is going to give you an awesome tool to use when you don't have time to play Pokemon Sword and Shield. The only thing that really hurts the product is the fact of, if you don't have a computer, then you can't change the scripts. There's nothing on the device that will allow you to switch the scripts to do other features. So all in all, like, me not understanding how a script works, that's super fixable. I could have messaged them on Twitter. I could have sent them an email. You know, like, they are great with their customer service. Like, every time I've been working with them on this project and for this video, like, they've been very responsive. I've asked them important questions. They've given me solid answers. So at the end of the day, I think it's a great product when it comes to something really cool you can use for your Nintendo Switch to, you know, play Pokemon when you don't have the time to play Pokemon, and it'll, you know, give you the Pokemon you want, the shiny you want, the money you're trying to get, you know, the useful items. It does all these certain things that I feel will enhance and make more of your time useful for when you don't have time to play Pokemon, and then when you do have time to play Pokemon Sword or Shield. So again, just remember, guys, if you're interested, all the links are down below in the description. Again, use code SMK10 to save some money. And thank you for just letting me talk about this experience of a pretty cool piece of tech that can be used for Pokemon Sword and Shield with your Nintendo Switch or your Nintendo Switch Lite. And thank you again to Astra Mods for allowing this partnership to happen for this video. I thought it was a really cool thing. It got me super invested because I love shiny hunting, and all the other features of the Pokehatcher were really fun to test out. But yeah, this was basically like a 70-hour project just to get all the footage and the editing, and just, yeah. So I had a lot of fun with it. Regardless if you think this is a product that's like meant for cheating, or you don't think it's right for people to use, I totally understand you. But at the end of the day, I feel like it was something really cool to talk about that does exist in the tech world that can be used for your Nintendo Switch. That's not like a mainline product, because again, this is a small business, and I got to help them out and give them a big shout out and a big promo kind of deal thing. I don't know, it just makes me excited, the fact that because of my job, I'm able to help out a small business, and I think that's amazing. So thank you for watching. My name's SMK. You can always call me Steven, and I will see you guys next time for more Pokemon content on my channel. Take it easy.